Are you free this weekend? I mean, what am I saying? Of course you're free. I'm not even sure why I asked in the first place. Oh, hi, Beverly. What's this all of a sudden? Don't just assume I'm free whenever you want me to be. I see your course as always. I'm contacting you because I'm planning to come over to your place this weekend. This weekend? You do realize that's tomorrow, right? You really should have given me some more notice than that. Yes, I'm aware of what day it is, thank you. It's all already been decided. I'll be coming over in the afternoon. I figured I didn't need to tell you further ahead of time because you're always at home as it is. I'm sorry, but that's not going to work. I'm extremely busy tomorrow. You? Busy? As if? I've heard it all from Brad. You're sitting at home all day, every day. Yes, and? Just because I'm at home doesn't mean I'm not busy. You can't just announce you're coming and expect things to go smoothly. It's not that simple. Oh, really now? Then tell me, what's supposedly making you so busy? This had better be good. Tomorrow there's a huge event happening. It's the 3rd-year anniversary event for Project Tiger. Project Tiger? I think I've seen ads for that when I'm trying to watch videos online. That's just a mobile game, isn't it? You're telling me that you're so extremely busy because of a video game event? I guess that's something only a shutting geek like you would enjoy. Us normal people couldn't possibly understand what's so important about that. No, I wouldn't say it's something I'm enjoying as such. Yeah, I get it. Look, I get you want to keep playing your little video games, but real life comes first, remember? I'm sure you'll get it once I come over, okay? Remember, it's tomorrow. No, you really don't understand. It's going to cause me no end of trouble if you do that. If you cause trouble, there's going to be serious consequences. Oh, serious consequences, huh? Yeah, you wish. I know you're just trying to come up with an excuse. I don't think you realize what your place is here. I'm the wife of the eldest son in the family, you realize. What say do you think a parasite like you has? We're not in your family's house. Your or my place doesn't make a difference here. I'm also not leeching off anyone, so you can stop with the parasite nonsense. Yeah, sure. There's plenty of people like you out in the world, you know. You're not some special case. You're just one of the many people who act like they're just entitled to the easy life they find themselves in, meanwhile not having earned a thing. Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about. And I think you don't either. You clearly don't understand my situation whatsoever. That's enough blabbering. You're not going to change my mind. Anyway, I will be coming over tomorrow. Be ready. Fine, whatever. I'll see if I can find some time, but I can't make any promises. I'm guessing Brad will be coming with you? Nope. I'm going to be coming alone. It might be a weekend, but Brad's got some business he needs to go into the office for. Wait, what? Then why are you coming to begin with? What possible reason could you have to see me? Well, aren't you just nosy? Who says I'm coming because of you? Like I would need a shut-in like you for anything. Brad's going to be inheriting all of that property given enough time. In other words, that is eventually going to be all mine too. I don't think you quite understand how that works. But either way, that's nothing to worry about. I've already talked about it at length with Brad. We're pretty clear on the issues of inheritance, this property, and everything else. Well, if you understand it so clearly, then you should have no problem with me going in and out of that condo whenever I like. What sort of logic is that? You clearly don't understand a single thing about this condo or what my brother is going to inherit. What do you mean, what sort of logic? It's perfectly normal. I have a clear picture of what's going on here, unlike your wild delusions. You just don't want to accept the truth. I've had enough of arguing with you. I'm coming over tomorrow, and that's final. Fine, whatever. Just don't blame me if you get into serious trouble for it. Wow! You are just completely devoid of sense, aren't you? Did you actually manage to finish school, or did you pay for your diploma? Okay. Do you have some condition where your heart will stop if you don't say something rude every few minutes? All I did was tell you the truth and ask a simple question that logically came from it. Anyway, let's just focus on your lack of sense. Why are you wasting such a fancy condo? Oh, I'm wasting it now? And how might that be? If I'm lacking any kind of sense, it's the sense needed to understand your utter nonsense. How do you not realize this? You spend the entire day in your room on your computer, surrounded by nothing but video game paraphernalia. You're in such a good location in such a fancy condo in a luxurious tower, and you're just wasting all of its potential. All I'm doing is making sure I'm not being a burden on anyone else in the neighborhood. Not only that, but believe it or not, every piece of paraphernalia that you saw is essential. Don't you think you're being too much of a burden on your parents? Don't you see how much of an embarrassment you are? I fail to see how my parents have anything to do with this. I'm not an embarrassment to them in the slightest. And I fail to see how you could think I am. Really? Who do you think is giving you the privilege of living in such a fancy place to begin with? And squandering it like you are is just shameful. Okay, just stop. I really don't understand why you're acting like this. You've been like this since yesterday. You've just been going on and on, ranting about the condo, forcing yourself in, and berating me nonstop. What is wrong with you? What's wrong with me? What's wrong with you, more like? I can't stand you. I can't believe you're Brad's sister. How could you turn out so much worse than him? Well, at least you finally let it out into the open. Not that you really surprised me at all with any of that. I pretty much saw it all coming a mile away. I have been living with your parents in a small, cramped, crowded house while you're living the most leisurely life imaginable. Not a care in the world. I still can't see why this is my fault. What do I have to do with your living situation? I left that place because you were so insistent on having your own room, remember? If anything, it's your fault rather than mine. Sure, I may have asked for my own room, but why did it have to be your old one to begin with? You were living with them to begin with because you don't actually do anything productive. Brad and I had talked through the living arrangements beforehand, remember? He agreed to house Mom and Dad. No, he only did that because he had no other choice. It would have been such a waste of money if we had to pay rent someplace. Okay, so what's the problem here? You save money this way, no? Why the hell do we have to be the ones living in your parents' house while you're in some fancy tower complex? What do you mean, why? Do you really think everything is my fault somehow? I simply moved here because I couldn't live at home anymore. It's not any more complicated than that. Yeah, but I never heard there was some condo that was available instead of moving to your parents' house. If I knew that was an option, I would have chosen to move there in the first place. Well, there was no reason for you to have to know about that anyway. I almost can't believe you're this stupid. Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? I'm telling you, you need to move out of there this instant. And once you leave, we will be moving into that condo. Oh? Is Brad saying that then? I can't say it's very believable coming from you. I haven't spoken with him about it yet, but it should be obvious to anyone that this is the better option. Oh boy. I suppose you would think that, wouldn't you? It's a real shame you're just acting rashly like this without thinking at all first. Oh, I'm the one acting rashly? Well, don't you sound complacent? Brad certainly seems to treat you with a strange level of kindness. However, I am his wife, and I am certain he will listen to my advice and follow it. Sure, he'll listen to you, but there is not a chance in the world that he will tell me I have to move out. I'll have you know that we're planning on having children. We've been talking a lot of things over, and we're starting to make some serious decisions. Okay, good for you. And? Why should I care about whether or not you want to start a family of your own? I see your judgment is as poor as your mind. The problem is that this house doesn't have a room open for a child to live in. Your condo, on the other hand, has plenty of extra rooms, doesn't it? For raising a child, a good environment is crucial, you know? Well, why don't you buy a house for yourself once you're actually pregnant? Sounds like a simple enough plan to me. Are you crazy? Why would we bother buying a house for ourselves when there's already a condo available for us to live in? Oh, you already have a condo available? And what condo might that be? You are aware that this condo is neither my brother's nor your property, aren't you? Sure, it might be in a different name now, but Brad will undoubtedly inherit it in the future. If you want to believe that, you're welcome to, but that's not going to happen. I think you'll be sorely disappointed if you really believe you'll get to keep that place. You had better get ready to move. Mark my words. What is going on here? What have you done? What do you mean by that? I can't say I have any idea what you're talking about. I left my place for just a few hours and suddenly everything's gone. Oh, that? I didn't do anything serious. I just cleaned things up for you. So it really was you, just as I thought. What have you done with all of my things? What do you mean by cleaned up? I sold them all off to someone who makes a living selling stuff like that. They didn't exactly fetch much of a price, though. What they did sell for, I've taken as payment for doing it all for you. Your room was just a total mess. Why the hell did you do that? How did you even get into my condo in the first place? Well, the last time I came over, I took one of the spare keys you had lying around. It's not like it was anything serious. Stop making such a big deal about it. You stole one of my spare keys? I had noticed it was gone, but I didn't think you would have stooped so low. Do you enjoy just committing blatant crimes or something? I can't believe you can act like this isn't a big deal. It's not a crime. That property is going to be mine anyway, since Brad's going to inherit it. Nothing's wrong with tidying up my own property. You're still going on about that? You haven't spoken to Brad at all, have you? You couldn't have, or else you wouldn't have done something so stupid. Why should I? He's spoiling you way too much. It's like you're a precious baby to him or something. All he keeps saying is that the condo is yours. Anytime I bring it up, it's like he becomes a broken record. What, do you have some dirt on him that you're holding over his head or something? So that's what you think is going on then? Well, I'll just talk to him myself then. So you're finally coming around then? And such a sudden change it is, too. Believe whatever you want. There's no point in talking to you. You have clearly shown you won't listen to a thing I say, so why bother? Vivian! What's going on? What is it now, Beverly? I'm pretty busy at the moment, so can you keep it quick? Don't act like you didn't have a hand in it. Brad's telling me he wants a divorce. Your mom and dad are also seriously pissed off at me. So he's breaking it off this quickly? That's my brother, doing his best to fix things quickly when something goes wrong. Don't you take that smarmy tone with me. You said something to him, didn't you? Call him this instant and take it all back. Fix this. Well, of course I said something to him. I didn't tell him any lies or exaggerate anything, as much as you seem to think I did. All I did was tell him the current state of affairs. You know, about you stealing my key and selling off the contents of my bedroom. When I told him that, he was appalled. He said he'd completely misjudged you and apologized to me for not clearing up the misunderstanding. He misjudged me? What did he mean by that? And what misunderstanding was he even talking about? All I did was prepare for us to move into the condo that he will rightfully inherit. There's nothing to misunderstand there. Actually, there is, and it's a pretty big one, too. Oh, really now? That condo is owned by your dad, isn't it? And I heard from Brad that you agreed to give up any right to an inheritance, too. That makes it Brad's. Yeah, no. This condo? It's mine. It's not owned by my dad. It's in my name. You went so far as to change the name of the owner? Do you really think you're going to get away with your conniving so easily? I haven't been conniving anything. I bought this condo myself. That's obviously a lie. There's no way someone like you could possibly afford a condo like that. I'm afraid you're wrong again. I originally bought that condo so I could use it as an office for my company. I figured buying it would be the best option, so I could do with it as I liked with little restriction. Might as well just consider it an important expense. Wait, what? What do you mean by your company? I heard you're always just staying at home. Well, of course I am. My condo is both my home that I live in as well as my office for my mobile game development company. That's what you've been doing all this time? Hold on. I remember you mentioning a mobile game before. That's right! You had said you were busy because of an event for some video game, right? What was it? Lion Project? Project Tiger, actually. But yes, that's right. Huh? That game is something you made? It wasn't some game you were just playing all day? Well, I do enjoy playing it, sure. But I am currently more focused on continuing its development with my team. So, you're telling me that the condo you're living in is actually yours? You actually own it? Brad told you that from the start, didn't he? You were just wrapped up in your own pig-headedness to pay attention. I am so sorry. I had no idea. Oh, that's just cute. Do you really think you're going to clear up everything you did with just a simple apology? What do you mean by that? Oh, look, can you please just talk to Brad and try to smooth things over? I have no idea what's going on at home with you and my brother, and frankly, I have no desire to find out. Please just go and get divorced or whatever. But wait, Brad is your brother, isn't he? Are you really saying you're fine with him getting divorced? Well, yes. Actually, I really hope he does. For his sake. He has nothing to gain from being married to someone as horrible as you. Horrible? But I really thought of you as my own sister. I thought we were like family to each other. Cut the crap. I don't think anyone would believe you with how you've treated me. I'd have to be brain dead to think of you as family. Hold on. I'll apologize for everything I've done up until now. I really am sorry. Please forgive me. And I say again, do you really think you're going to get away with just an apology? Right. I had sold all of the things in your room, hadn't I? Okay. I'll pay you back the money I got for them and then some. That should even things out, shouldn't it? You must be crazy if you think this can be resolved that easily. A lot of the items you sold weren't things that can just be bought again. What are you talking about? That was all just some gaming stuff, wasn't it? It should be easy to find those things online and buy them again. You're pretty rich, aren't you? Sure, my own personal items will be pretty easy to replace. But the same cannot be said for much of the others. Remember, I use that room as my office as well. Okay. I'm afraid I don't see what you're getting at here. There were a number of items that were crucial to my work. Some of the items I didn't even own. I had to lease the priciest ones. What do you mean, the priciest ones? When I sold the items, I only got maybe $1,000 for all of them combined? Yeah, you just sold them off to the first person willing to buy them, right? You sold my computers! Those weren't your run-of-the-mill laptops you find at some budget electronics store. Even just one of them cost me over $10,000. You realize that? You're just trying to spook me. There's no way a computer could ever cost that much. I've seen people talk about buying new ones for a couple thousand at most, but that's it. Yeah, sure, for home use. I am a professional game developer. The computer I primarily used cost me over 20 grand. Even if we take my personal items out of the equation, the amount of things you sold off are valued at a total of over $100,000. You're not going to say you're going to sue me for that amount, are you? Are you kidding? Of course I am. Do you have any idea as to just how massive an impact your actions have had? You haven't simply sold some computers and figurines. You've sold machines holding tons of proprietary data. Many of the figures you stole were prototypes for merchandise we were planning to release to coincide with new updates that no one has seen yet. By stealing and selling my things, you have potentially leaked a year or more's worth of unannounced releases, causing us irreparable damage. So yes, my company will most certainly be suing you. We are currently in the process of retaining legal staff for the litigation. Not only that, but I also plan to sue you personally for the things you stole that were my private property. Not to mention stealing my key and your unlawful entry. What? But that's a massive amount of money. You can't possibly expect me to pay all of that. Well, this isn't everything either. There's even more? Yes. Thanks to your meddling, our business operations have ground to a halt for the past few days. So along with the items you've gotten rid of, we'll also be suing you for the lost work time. It's only been a few days. What are you talking about? I imagine you have no idea how much money my company makes a month, do you? If I were to make a conservative estimate, I'd say my company earns about $50 million in revenue each month. However, we were about to start running our 3-year anniversary event when you messed everything up. Thanks to that, the event was delayed by 3 days, and I'd say we lost about $20 million thanks to failing to meet the deadline our marketing team advertised. That is such a ludicrous amount of money! And do you think you're somehow going to get me to pay that much? And don't forget, if you sue me, that means you're suing your own brother, too. Do you really want to do that? I wouldn't be so sure about that one. Brad's already in the process of divorcing you, isn't he? There's no way I would consent to a divorce. Why don't you try telling Brad that, then? Why can't you talk to him and persuade him to not go through with it? I'm just a housewife. If I end up divorced, I won't have any money at all. If that happens, I'll have no choice but to file for bankruptcy. And if that happens, I won't be paying you anything. I'm afraid it isn't going to be that simple. You're going to be stuck having to pay me and my company back not because of your negligence, but because you were deliberately trying to cause me harm. Bankruptcy isn't just going to take your debts away for free. Don't suddenly go throwing walls of text at me. I don't have any idea what you're saying. Okay, then let me make it simple. Bankruptcy won't save you from me. Even so, I can't pay what I can't pay. I literally don't have the money to pay all of that back. I understand that, but you're forgetting that money isn't the only way to pay back a debt. We can still seize your property. You would do that to your own family? Don't you think you're going too far with all of this? Oh, so now you want to try to play the family card? Would family unlawfully enter my home, steal my things, and plan to oust me from my own home? That was just a misunderstanding. I'm sorry. I'm apologizing. Please don't go to such extremes. Well, I won't have to do much anymore, as the police are on their way anyway. The police? What are you talking about? Didn't you pay attention when I said you unlawfully entered my home? You even admitted to stealing my spare key. That's a crime. No two ways about it. And as I've said countless times already, you stole my things. Pretty valuable ones at that. Even if it's within the family, it's still considered a crime? How can you not understand this? It's obviously still a crime. I filed a police report for all of my stolen things. But I had no idea that was a crime. Look, I don't want to deal with your idiocy anymore. If that's the stance you want to take, you can explain it to the police. I don't think they'll be very receptive to that reasoning, though. So you're telling me that I'm going to be arrested? I can't go to jail. I couldn't survive a day in jail. Well, that's probably unavoidable at this point. But how about you use that time to think about what you did then? How could this have happened? All I wanted was to live in a condo instead of a cramped house. And yet now I'm met with the harshest treatment I've ever had in my whole life. The situation is just so horribly sad. My life is practically over now. You can sympathize with me, right? Right? Not in the slightest. Do you not have a heart at all? I think you're the one lacking a heart here. How can you be this cold to me? I'm your sister, aren't I? Aren't we family? No, I don't consider you a part of my family. I refuse to think of you as someone related to me at all. But why? Apart from how your actions have shown, you don't deserve the kindness. As a business owner, I can't afford to be related to criminals. That would do a real number on the reputation of my business. It's for that reason that I'm going to block you. You can expect to be contacted by one of my company's lawyers not too long from now. Hey, look. I was always an only child. Ever since I was a kid, I always wanted a little sister. So when I got married and learned that you were Brad's younger sister, I was overjoyed. Sure, we might not have been blood related, but we're definitely sisters, aren't we? We may have run into a bit of a misunderstanding, but we're still sisters, right? Come on! It's not telling me you're seeing any of these. Why won't the word red appear? Don't tell me. Don't tell me you actually blocked me. Please, I'm begging you. Please help me! A short time later, Beverly was arrested for unlawful entry and theft. She was found guilty, but wasn't given a prison sentence. That said, she did now have an official criminal history, so that's going to stick with her forever. And of course, she and Brad got divorced. I followed through with my threats as well, suing her both from my position as owner of my company, as well as personally as a private citizen. I of course refused to settle either case out of court, and in the end, Beverly got hit with a judgment of $25 million. While I do look back on this whole situation with disgust, I'm the kind of person that tries to turn every situation into something beneficial. Using the experience from this trial, I decided on the next game our company would develop. It ended up being called Lightning Lawyer, a game where you play as a lawyer and try to solve as many cases as possible. It was a huge hit, and it gave my company even more business than I could have ever imagined. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to leave a like and a comment, and subscribe.
Hey, Kathleen. I'm sitting at the dinner table and I'm not looking at a beautiful sirloin steak with mushrooms. Where the hell is my dinner? Don't tell me I'm going without it again.
Don't get yourself all worked up. Have you even looked for it? It should be the first thing you see when you open the fridge. It's on the top shelf?
What do you mean? The fridge is completely empty. There isn't even a couple of snacks for me to munch on.
Are you serious? I could have sworn I made something for you today. With all the things I have to do, it slipped my mind.
What do you mean slipped your mind? You don't just forget to make the dinner. Can you even call yourself my wife? I'm pretty sure you're just a freeloader living in my house.
I'm really sorry. I should have been more aware of what I was doing. I'll make sure you get something special for tomorrow's dinner. In the meantime, there's a lot of pre-prepped meals in the fridge for emergencies. Not the best, but they're still pretty good. How about you eat that today?
You're joking, right? That's not the type of dinner you should serve to your husband. Also, why would I be the one cooking?
It doesn't involve cooking at all. All you have to do is whack it in the microwave and hit the defrost button. Even our daughter Lily could do that.
I give up. You really don't get it, do you? I can't rely on you to do anything. Speaking of our daughter, I'm left with asking her to prepare dinner. Are you happy with yourself now? Some mother you are forcing your daughter to make dinner.
You can't make Lily do it. She's a child. She barely knows how to tie her own shoelaces.
Our daughter is a lot more capable than you think. They're starting home economics early at her school. She can already crack an egg with one hand. She's an absolute whiz at cooking.
Come to think of it, she came home the other day with pasta she made at school. Maybe she really is capable of cooking on her own, or at least housework. She's growing up quite fast. It won't be long until she doesn't need her parents and does everything on her own. I'm proud, but also a bit sad that she's going to leave us one day.
Do you really think I give two hoots about that right now? Where's my damn dinner? How can you not be embarrassed about your daughter doing your job for you? She should be out there playing, not here in the kitchen standing on a stool as she makes an omelet.
It's not like I wanted her to do it. I already told you to get the frozen meals and you'd rather force Lily to cook. I've already been scheduled a flight, so I can't exactly come home. You'll just have to make do.
Here we go again. Whenever you neglected your duties as a wife, you always play that "I'm going on a flight" card. You know, when you told me you wanted to start working again because you needed money for the family, I thought it was a pretty good idea. Little did I know that you would actually go back to your old job as a flight attendant.
I don't see why you have a problem with it. Why would I start swimming in unknown territory when I know I'm competent already at being a cabin attendant? What job were you expecting me to do in the first place?
I don't know, something a little closer to home maybe? There's plenty of cafes and supermarkets around here that you could have worked at. Why do you have to work as something as inconvenient as a flight attendant? The wives of all of my coworkers just have simple jobs that are close to their homes. Why can't you just do the same?
Maybe they're happy doing that type of job, but I'm not. Anyway, I told you before that I'd return to being a cabin attendant. You didn't say anything at that point, so I don't know why it's an issue now.
You should have taken my silence as no. You know what? Forget it. I'm done putting up with you. Don't bother coming home tonight.
What the hell? Why would you say something like that?
Because clearly, you love this precious job of yours more than you love your family. You can live in the plains that you love so much and don't come back.
Are you serious? It was a simple mistake and you're gonna kick me out? I even told you I'm sorry. What more do you want from me?
I wanted you to do the job properly in the first place. Okay, listen, Lily has just finished making dinner, so I'm gonna go spend time with her. It's probably some sloppy, gooey mess, but it's better than whatever you were thinking of serving me before. I'm done talking with you.
Hey, come on! That's taking it too far. That's your daughter you're talking about. You should be lifting her up, not pulling her down. Think of how distraught she'd be knowing you said that.
I'll talk about our daughter in whatever way I want. I'm out of here. Hey, Kathleen, it's been 2 whole days and you still haven't come home. Just what the hell are you doing?
You shouldn't be asking me that. You should already know I've written it on the calendar. I'm on an international flight flying halfway across the world. I won't be getting home until tomorrow.
What? This is the first time I'm hearing of it. You should be here every night. You can't expect Lily to cook garbage for me every day.
I've already told you that there's plenty of pre-prepped meals in the fridge. It's enough to last 5 days for Pete's sake.
Oh, now it makes sense. I was wondering what all the junk in the fridge was. I was thinking of throwing it all out to make room for some real food. You know, it's really not fair on Lily for you to be gone this much. You're neglecting her. She needs her mother at night.
I'm not going to pretend that I don't miss her too. I know she's missing when we used to snuggle up at night and read bedtime stories. But she's a strong girl. Despite being so young, she does a great job of taking care of herself. Besides, I make sure to have the day jam-packed with fun when I don't have work. I'm sure she enjoys those few times we get to spend time with each other.
Oh yeah? Can Lily attest to that? Don't be so sure that she's happy with this arrangement.
I'm pretty sure she is, though. I mean, she hasn't said anything bad about it. You know what her daughter is like. If she has an issue, there's no mental barriers stopping her from speaking her mind. She would have told me ages ago about how she's feeling.
Can you be so sure of that? If I was in her shoes, I'd be hating your guts right now. Kids need attention and you're not giving it to her.
I'll admit I'm not really in a place to argue with you, but you have to understand there's not a lot that I can do. Come to think of it, you really love your mother, don't you, Ben? She must have showered you with affection and attention.
She did, but what of it? I don't like the way you say that. Stop trying to change the subject and get off track. When are you going to become a better mom for Lily? You have to quit this job. It's the only way.
Why should I be the one that quits? If your income was high enough in the first place, I wouldn't need to drag myself back into the workforce. I would have been happy being a stay-at-home wife. I'm telling you, our house would have collapsed over our heads if I wasn't doing what I'm doing now.
You can spin it in whatever way you want, Kathleen. At the end of the day, there's still a poor, sweet girl yearning for her mommy to come home. Besides, how many times a week do I have to sit there and listen to your complaints about work? If you hated it that much, you'd be better off quitting. So why don't you just do us both a favor and do just that?
Come on, Ben. It's not that simple. A job isn't meant to be fun in the first place. Also, you constantly complain about work yourself, so why can't you be the one that quits? At least with my job, it has its ups as well as its downs. The good parts make up for the bad. No matter how annoyed I get working, it's imperative I keep at it. It's for my family. No, it's for our family.
You know what? A light bulb just switched on in my brain. I finally realized why you need to be out working so much. I see through your facade. You actually got another man in tow, don't you? I told you when we got married, I'll make you regret the day that I catch you cheating on me.
Now you're just being an idiot. Come on, Ben. You don't actually think I'm cheating on you, do you?
What other explanation could there be? Don't think you can lie to me, woman. I know you love getting chummy with any guy that flashes you a smile. I've seen the way that you look at young bucks working at the cafes. Admit it, you'd love if one of them took you out sometime.
You're absolutely deluded, Ben. If you're going to be accusing me of something like this, prove it. You can't, because I'm not cheating on you. Cut it out already. I said I don't do that type of thing. Even if I wanted to, I don't have the time for it. If anyone should quit their job because they complain too much about it, it should be you.
What the hell? Why should I be the one that quits?
I haven't heard you say one positive thing about your work. In fact, you complain about your work 10 times more than me. I'm sure working real estate has its stresses, but let's be real. Even the clients you work with complain about you.
Who cares about their stupid, meaningless complaints? It's something I have to do regardless. If I didn't, our family would be living off a daily diet of bread and eggs. Is that what you want? Do you really want to live a life barely getting by? I'm the glue that holds our family together. The fact that we can enjoy the lifestyle we do is because I put in the hard hours at work.
Okay, give me a break. Don't tell me that's actually how you think. Don't you realize you're the one setting this family back all the time? We border on the line of being broke because of your habits.
What are you talking about? I don't have any habits in the first place.
Are you sure about that? If it's not a habit, what would you call the incessant drinking you do every day? Sure, we can put food on the table, but we certainly would have more savings if you stopped drinking.
Is that what you're angry about? You're a joke, woman. I work until my hair falls out and you're gonna criticize me for having a drink at the end of the day? Unbelievable.
Well, of course there's nothing wrong with having a drink every now and then. All I'm saying is that you should cut back on it. Even you have to admit it's getting way out of hand. Don't forget, I'm also working just as hard as you. You don't see me drinking a barrel of alcohol every night. Every now and then, on days when I'm especially tired, I'll pick up something nice from the supermarket. It could be a chocolate or maybe an ice cream. Come to think of it, you come at me for having my own little reward after work. I should be able to criticize you for your bad habit too.
What you do and what I do are two totally different things. I'm grinding away at the job that I despise. There's not one bit of pleasure for me. At least for you, you get to enjoy what you do. I don't see you coming home all tired and depressed like I am. You shouldn't need a reward like I do. Your reward is whatever pleasure you get from working that day. To reward yourself with chocolate all the time is ridiculous. Which is why I think you're having way too much fun with your current job. Think of how your daughter feels as you're off laughing with other people. You're neglecting your child. I'll let you think over that one little bit more. You can talk to me when you come back to your senses.
I don't need to think about anything, Ben. I know there's nothing wrong with what I'm doing. Ben, what the hell am I looking at right now? You wouldn't believe the type of day I've had. The amount of disgusting passengers I had on the plane is making me crave sleep. I've been banging on this door for the past 10 minutes now. I know you're in there. I can hear you squealing Bon Jovi's Living on a Prayer. We're going to get a complaint if you don't stop that racket.
Wait, you're still here? I stopped hearing that banging on the door, so I thought you got the message and left already. Say what you want about my singing, I can still do it 10 times better than you. Anyway, you're not in the place to be criticizing me and what I'm doing. Don't think I didn't catch what you're up to. I know you've been unfaithful to me.
I'm sorry, Ben. What the hell are you talking about? Don't tell me you're conjuring up another fantasy about me cheating on you again.
Oh no, this is no fantasy. I can guarantee that much. You should have been smarter about the way you come into the house. Anyone with a brain cell would be smart enough to park their car a few blocks away from the house their husband is living in. You and your pretty little boyfriend were in plain view from our bedroom window. I saw the way you gave him that stupid little smile as you left the car. Thanks to you and your disgusting flirting, I had enough time to bar this door.
You truly are amazing, you know? Of course you would be dim-witted enough to not realize that was actually my boss. I've shown you his picture in the past, so obviously you weren't interested enough to pay attention. My other coworkers and I brought to his attention about how rude the customers were today on the plane. He's a super nice guy and decided to give us a lift home. If you didn't fill your head with stupid ideas, you'd be able to see that my coworkers were sitting right behind me. Ready to apologize now?
You are one crafty woman. You know that, Kathleen? Only you could think of such an elaborate story on the spot. Or maybe you were sitting in the car thinking of a good excuse for the moment I found out.
Honestly, Ben, you are so deluded. I think I need to call a therapist for you. I don't want to sit here and waste time arguing with you about it. I haven't done anything wrong. If you don't want to hear it from me, you can call up the office and ask them yourself. Wait until the manager hears about your accusations. We'll be laughing about you on the planes for weeks.
Bark all you want, honey. The only one laughing is me sitting cozy in my bedroom gown drinking a martini. The sound of you banging on that door is music to my ears.
Cut it out already, Ben. Just let me in. I still live in this home. Do you really want to escalate this? I'll call the police if I have to.
No chance of that happening, woman. I'll explain to them fully about our situation and why you're not being let into this house. Just get the message already and go away. If you don't, I'll go to the bedroom window and start pouring my martini on top of you.
You stubborn, vile man. Don't worry. Our daughter Lily should be home from school. I'll text her to do something about this chain. The moment I get inside, you better powder up that cheek for a good slap. I have a lot of pent-up aggression from work today.
Fat chance of that happening. Lily is in her room listening to educational podcasts. I'm doing the right thing and making her more academically in tune. Text her as many messages as you want. She won't be the one reading them. I have her phone. Send me something entertaining so I can further enjoy my evening.
Ben, you are taking this way too far. I have a lot of pent-up aggression from work today. I'm doing the right thing and making her more academically in tune. Text her as many messages as you want. She won't be the one reading them. I have her phone. Send me something entertaining so I can further enjoy my evening. Ben, you are taking this way too far. How much do you want to escalate this?
You aren't getting into this house, Kathleen. Give it up now. Surely you have somewhere else to stay? You have that new boyfriend of yours. Why don't you stay with him?
How many times do I have to say it? He's not my boyfriend. He's well respected in our workplace, and everyone knows he absolutely adores his wife. I never intrude on their privacy.
You really thought your story through, haven't you? Do whatever you want, honestly. Whether it be your boyfriend or some friends, I don't want you staying here tonight. Why don't you go back to that decrepit home that you came from? I'm sure your insufferable parents would be happy to have you home.
If that's the way it has to be, then I guess I will. I'll be going home tonight, but don't think I won't be back to sort this mess out. Especially with Lily being alone with you.
Don't worry. Lily is enjoying a little father and daughter time. We're gonna have a great evening without you. We're gonna do arts and crafts with Mommy's photos. We're gonna cut her out of the family photos and start drawing horrible monsters on it.
Say what you want, Ben. I know the type of girl Lily is. She'd never do something as disgusting as that to her mother. We'll be in touch soon.
It's already 6 o'clock and Lily hasn't come home. I've already called the school and they said that she's not there. I hate your guts, but I think something is wrong with her. We need to call the police. She's in danger.
Slow your horses, buddy. Let's not jump to that conclusion. She's right here, safe in her mother's arms.
What the hell? Give me my daughter back. How dare you try to take her away from me?
I'm not leaving her in the care of a filthy cheater. I'll make sure that you never see her beautiful face again.
What are you on about? You've been the one that's been cheating on me.
Shut up, Ben. I know what you've been doing. This whole time you've been accusing me of cheating on you. Turns out that the one that was actually cheating was you.
Oh yeah? Do you have any proof to back that statement? You'd better be absolutely sure of yourself before you accuse me of cheating.
I sure do. I have an overwhelming amount of proof. 2 witnesses and a little bit of extra information from a detective agency.
Wait, I don't like where this is going. Explain yourself.
With pleasure, starting with the witnesses. It was my mother and her daughter Lily. My mother was out shopping, looking for some furniture to decorate the home. As she was walking around the mall, she spotted you speaking quite cheerfully to a young woman. You two were at a cafe, and she didn't want to intrude on the chance that it was business. She let it slip her mind until Lily told us the rest of the details.
No, don't tell me. Not my precious Lily.
She's not your precious Lily anymore. I found out about everything you've been doing to her. She's had enough of it. Seeing as Lily is the one that's home more than me, she's had contact with the woman you've been seeing.
Yes, I already know that. I didn't try to hide it from her, but I did tell her.
To keep it a secret from her mother? That if she really loved her father, she wouldn't tell her mother what you were up to? You brainwashed that little girl.
If no one found out about it, everything would have been fine. It was just a simple lie. I can't believe after all the times I told her to keep it a secret, she would actually do this. I don't understand why this is happening. I've bribed her with sweets and presents. I can't believe she would do this now.
It seems that way. Even you managed to turn her against her own mother, a woman she loves with all her heart. It all started when you accused me of cheating. All of a sudden, she realized what you were doing behind my back. She started questioning the morality of your actions. That's when she finally confessed and said everything that you've been doing.
That little girl, I thought we had a bond. Why would she do this to her beloved papa?
You should know already. Lily is far more mature than her age. It seems this whole process has been very hard on her. She knew it was the right thing to tell her mother what was going on. On the other hand, she didn't want to risk losing her parents. She knows that if I knew what happened, there was a chance of us getting divorced. Not only would her family be in disarray, but the income would be split. She actually went as far as to think of the financial consequences of us getting a divorce. That's way too much mental strain for a little girl.
I feel like such a horrible man. I should have never put her through something like that. I just hope there's an opportunity for me to explain myself. I still love that little girl. So what else do you have on me? What other little messy details did the so-called detective agency find?
I employed the detective agency because I wanted to fully confirm what you've been doing. I had to on the off chance that her understanding of the situation was incorrect. And boy, was I glad when I did that.
Just spit it out already. What do you have on me?
I have everything from messages to photos to testimonies. The detective did a good job of catching your ugly mug in the photos. I'll be sending them to you later. Maybe it'll help you realize how much of an ugly human being you are.
Laugh it up. What do you mean you have testimonies? Don't tell me you actually talked to her.
Of course I did. Well, not me specifically. The detective did. It seems I wasn't the only one you were lying to. I know from our long years of marriage that you don't have the wit or the time to talk up a new woman. I pretty much married you out of pity, to be honest. From what this mistress says, you've been telling her that your wife died in a plane accident. You curried up her sympathy in an effort to get her to like you. You are such a bland and despicable man. The only way you can add anything interesting to your character is by lying.
Well, if you think about it, it was quite a good lie. Let's face it, I can't exactly hide the fact that I have a child. She was bound to find out that I lived with Lily. I had to explain that somehow. Not only was it the perfect story for why Lily was with me, she also opened up herself to me more. I may not have charm, but I certainly have the wit. What did she say when she finally found out that I have a wife?
That woman is absolutely livid with you. She said don't even think about a chance of being able to see her a second time. Apparently she's had this happen to her in the past and she assaulted the man for lying to her. She said she wouldn't do something like that considering she already has a criminal conviction. That being said, I wouldn't be surprised if a golf club smashed into your window as you were sitting in the car. I'd be careful if I was you.
Far out. I didn't think that she was that type of woman. So where do we go from here? I'm assuming that you want a divorce?
Indubitably. I wouldn't think twice about staying with a man that not only cheats on me, but also insults what I do with my life.
Okay, and what else are you after? Don't tell me you're actually gonna take Lily?
Were you expecting otherwise? I'd rather die than have you be the main male figure in her life. I can't imagine the stupid things you try to teach her when she gets older.
You can't take her away from me. She's the only thing that I have left. With you and that girl out of the picture, I'll have no one else to be with.
Tough luck for you, sir. This is the consequence of your actions.
Well, think about it this way. How are you expecting to raise her? You need a man to provide for you. I'll have you know I got a raise recently.
I'd rather you choke on any extra money you're earning than give it to us. I don't need a man to provide for me. I'm already working and making my own money. I earn enough for Lily and me to get by. I don't know where you'd get the idea that I need your help. Financially, I have every assurance that we're gonna be fine.
So, this is how it's gonna be, huh? You're really gonna tear my daughter away from me? After all the love and energy I poured into her, this is how I'm repaid for being a good father?
Take a good look at yourself, Ben. You're far from a good father. I'll be having a word with our lawyers about this divorce. I'll be in contact again soon.
Hey, Kathleen. It's been a while.
I didn't wake up this morning expecting a message from you. I can't wait to hear what you want.
Well, I'm just glad you didn't block me. I guess there's some chance of us reconciling after all. I actually saw you today walking around in an expensive neighborhood. Just what the hell do you think you're doing? Don't tell me you're actually thinking about buying a house there. You do realize the rent is like $40,000 a month?
Thanks for letting me know. I was curious about the price of it. I quite like the look and the location.
What are you talking about? There's no way a poor single mother like you could buy something like this.
I'd change your perception of me if I were you, Mr. Cheater. You have no idea what's happened to me over the past 3 years. I managed to snag a guy that was quite wealthy. He's got assets approximating $77 billion. He sent me out today to look for a future home for us to live in. A measly $40,000 a month is nothing to us.
That sounds just like you. I shouldn't be surprised that you would try and marry a guy for his money. So where'd you meet this guy anyway? I bet it was some application for old men to look for young, ferocious women.
Not so, I'm afraid. He was actually one of the passengers.
For real? So you managed to get yourself on a first-class plane to meet these guys?
I'm not that much of a gold digger. I actually met him in the economy class. He told me he was so sick of flying first class all the time that he wanted a change of pace and decided to ride economy. That's when he met me and my excellent service. He fell in love with me in an instant. After that, he incessantly started riding economy class just to talk to me. It wasn't long until he asked me to be his girlfriend. We didn't even reach a week of dating before he proposed to me.
Well, isn't that good for you? How does Lily feel about all of this? She must be petrified of this new man in her life.
Quite the opposite, actually. She absolutely adores him. She's currently in middle school and has a lot of anger issues, but apart from that, they get along well. She's a lot more mature now, so they stay up at night watching movies together. I catch them on the couch drinking cocoa with marshmallows in it.
I can't believe what I'm hearing. My precious Lily with another man? I should be the one drinking that cocoa.
You should have been thinking about something like that when you sat at home all night drinking martinis. She would have loved to do something like that with you instead of sitting in her room all alone. By the way, I know exactly what's happened to you these past 3 years. Looks like you got the short end of the stick.
Oh yeah? What exactly do you know?
Well, my husband dabbles in real estate, so sometimes we catch whispers of what you've been doing. Looks like your agency found out that you had relations with a customer and decided that you weren't worthy of their promotion. I can imagine that's going to be a big stain on your reputation.
It's more than you can imagine. I don't understand why I can't bring any new customers in. Is it really that big of a deal in the first place?
Yes, with that type of reputation, I'd rather depend on someone who's more put together. Not only have people been laughing about you being the worst employee, you're also the only guy who's single in that workplace.
Laugh it up all you want. You don't know how painful it is to be alone this whole time. I'm sick of you making fun of me.
I'm sorry, but I just can't help myself. After all the ridicule and pain you put me through, you have to give me this chance of respite. On top of being the loner in the workplace, as well as the least earning employee, your mother's disowned you as well. I wonder how it feels to have everyone turn their backs on you. Do you feel any regret for what you've done now?
Look, I can understand you hating me and my clients not wanting to associate with me, but it's another thing to have your own mother disown you. I thought that she would support me no matter what. I can't believe she's taking your side instead of mine. It's like I'm not even her son anymore. She cares about you more than me.
It seems the relationship with your mother was one-sided. She clearly didn't love you as much as you loved her.
None of this is fair. I've lost everyone close to me. I'm the laughing stock in my workplace. How could the gods be so cruel?
I don't know why you're so surprised about this. Look at your history. It's inevitable that this would happen. Hey, while I've got you, I have something I need to ask.
Don't worry, Kathleen. I already know. You want us to reconcile so I can be a part of Lily's life more.
So, about that house I was looking at, how is the security on it?
The house? Well, it comes at that price for a reason. It has a state-of-the-art security. A fly couldn't land on that lawn without raising an alarm.
Lovely. That's exactly what I wanted to hear. My husband wants to put mine and Lily's safety first. The most important thing is to have a home that we can feel safe in. Well, that's all I really want from you, Ben. I'll be blocking you now. Enjoy the rest of your life as a loner.
Kathleen, don't go just yet. What happened to us reconciling? Think about Lily.
I was true to my word and actually blocked Ben. I haven't had direct contact with him ever since. From what the wind tells me, he's been continuing his bad habits of flirting with his clients. He's gone as far as to start using dating applications to meet women. Because of his appalling behavior, his real estate agency had no choice but to fire him. I'm not quite sure what happened to him after that, but one of my friends said he saw someone just like him living in the park. As for me, I'm doing fantastic in my new home with my new husband and Lily. I'm able to continue working without any judgment from my husband. Lily is blossoming into a sweet, independent young lady as well. I want these days to last forever. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. If you enjoyed it, please remember to click the like button. See you in the next video! Where are you right now? Have you forgotten what day today is? Huh? Why are you calling me this early in the morning? You know that I had to work the night shift last night, so I only just got to bed a few hours ago. So, you care more about sleep than you do your own little sister's wedding? How can you use that as an excuse for not showing up to my wedding all of a sudden? What? Your wedding? What the heck, Ari? You were so excited to be a part of my wedding when I'd first told you that I was engaged. How could you forget that the wedding was today? Wait a second, Hazel. What are you talking about? Since when did I say that I wouldn't show at your wedding? Do you still not realize what today is? You chose not to come today on purpose, right? I guess I should have expected something like this from you, huh? What? You're lying. Your wedding is today. Oh, I hate you, Ari. I was even gonna have Macy be the ring bearer today. I was thinking that it'd be so dang cute having your daughter be the one bring the ring down the aisle. And I thought that you'd be pretty happy to see that from her as well. But now, I don't even want to even think about seeing you show up here. Huh? I still can't believe you decided to stay home on the day of your little sister's wedding. Now you have me feeling all embarrassed. I don't want to even see your face. But on your invitation it says that the wedding should be next month, right? What? That's what I'm saying. Let's all calm down just a little. Right now, I've got no clue as to what's going on and what you're talking about. Wait. The date on that invitation is wrong? Why did that happen? Are you sure you didn't misread it? The invitation that I have in my hand right now that I got from you says that your wedding is supposed to be next month. So I never thought that today would be the day of your wedding. But that can't be right. I had those invitations all made up through the wedding planner's company, so they should all be perfect. Everyone else that received the invitation showed up today, and none of them has said anything about there being a mistake. So, then that would mean my invitation is the only one with an incorrect date, huh? How did that happen? They were all printed out together in the same batch. There wasn't even that many cards printed, so there shouldn't have been any misprints made. Well, no matter how this misprint happened, I still didn't show to your wedding today, and I'm really sorry about that, Hazel. You even wanted to have my daughter be the ring bearer, and I still didn't make it there with her. No, you don't have to apologize. I'm sorry that I got all worked up like that without first asking why you didn't make it. I'm sure this has really ruined your day off. Uh-huh. You have every right to be mad at me after having someone really important not show up. Well, for the time being, you need to not let this get to your head and just focus on enjoying your wedding. We can figure the rest out another day. Anyway, you should be having an after party, right? Ari? I'm gonna be fine. Don't worry about me not making it. As long as you promise to show me all the pictures that you have later, I'll be just fine. Alright, I'm really sorry about what happened today, but please have the best time of your life getting married. I am truly sorry for not showing up to the wedding without letting anyone know. The fact that the wedding was supposed to be my little sister and your son's big day makes this apology all the more difficult for me to say. I still can't believe it. You decided to take the day off to sleep in instead of making it to my son's wedding. When I'd first heard that you'd be a no-show on purpose, I was quite angry. I mean, the mother of the ring bearer canceling. Well, that's just unheard of, isn't it? I suppose we're lucky that I was able to have my little girl step in for her. I'm terribly sorry, and thank you for letting your granddaughter step in. Luckily, she was wearing a really cute dress yesterday, so it wasn't a problem for me. If she'd been wearing one of her normal, more cheaply made dresses, then that wedding would have been embarrassing for me. A true nightmare for all of us. I'm sure that you've heard about the reason why I didn't make it, but in case you haven't, there was a misprint on the invitation I received, where the date of the wedding was written as being next month instead of this month. I know that you might think of me in a bad way right now, but I promise that I didn't want to miss the wedding. There was a misprint. Well, actually, it was only the month that the wedding would take place that was misprinted. Do you have any idea as to why that'd be? And what are you trying to get at with that question? Well, the card that I received from Hazel was given to me by you, right? You gave it to me the same day that you came over to bring me some of the vegetables that you and your husband had grown on your farm. That's right, and those vegetables were delicious, weren't they? Not really. They were covered in all sorts of bugs, and half of the tomatoes were all unripe or rotten. I was only able to really eat a few of the vegetables that you'd brought over. I don't like to have this thought, but something tells me that you might have changed the date on the card you gave me. If you've got any idea as to why it happened, could you please tell me now? I shouldn't have to give you an explanation, as you probably already know the reason why. So what you're saying is that you did change the date on the invitation you gave me. And now that you know, I just wanted to keep my son safe from someone like you showing up to his wedding, that's all. I'm sorry, but what does that mean? How was I a threat to your son? Did you think that I was going to try and sabotage the wedding or something? Ari, you've had a history with divorce, right? And right now you're raising your daughter all on your own. That's true. I am raising her on my own, but what does that have to do with this? I hate people that have had a divorce. And I don't really like people that make their kid grow up in a one-parent household. What's that supposed to mean? So because of that, I made sure you wouldn't be attending my son's wedding. I don't want to imagine someone with a history like you showing up to any wedding at that. It'd be a waste of everyone's good mood. And worst of all, you'd bring bad luck to the newlywed couple. What is this? I can't believe you used such a petty reason to make it so that I couldn't be there on the day of my darn little sister's wedding. That was the one day I was looking forward to so much this year. And Macy was supposed to be the ring girl for her this time. I was so excited to see it all happen. That girl already has to be raised by a single parent, so it's not like being important at her aunt's wedding was going to change her outcome. If you're looking for someone to be angry with, I think you're better off getting upset at yourself than me. I wasn't the one that ended up being left old and alone after a divorce. What? I heard why you decided to get a divorce from your ex, from Hazel. You tossed him out, saying that you didn't want to be around him anymore. Hey, I threw him out because he was the type of person that never cared about us as a family. Not even his own daughter. I was pretty much manning the whole family all by myself, so I had no choice but to divorce him. I didn't want to continue living my life with him when the only thing I got in return from all my hard work was him leaving me dishes to clean in the sink after he ate all the food in the fridge. Stop trying to make yourself look like the victim. When you are that young, it's normal for the wife to be the one that does everything for the family. Huh? It's the wife's job as a woman to take care of the house and the children. And it's the job of the husband as a man to focus on his career over his own family. But you decided to forget all about your job and divorce the man instead. I just can't understand people that get a divorce other than the fact that they did it out of pure selfishness. I think that you and I have lived in very different times. You're from the past, whereas I'm from the present. Our ways of thinking are far too different. Maybe that's why you don't understand us getting divorced. Oh, don't blame your terrible choices on the fact that your generation is allowed to do things like that and mine wasn't. But I guess that's the only excuse an idiot like you could come up with. Really? Thank you for giving me the chance to sit in and listen to your little excuse. This has given me good reason to make sure that you never get to be around my son or your little sister. If I ever let you talk to Hazel about your past and give her all these meaningless excuses as to what you really did, then she might start to think it's okay to be selfish and rude. I'll make sure that she turns into a good housewife, okay? Are you trying to start some crap between our families? First off, don't try and use my reason for getting a divorce as a way to keep me away from my own sister. And second, I think that you have the complete wrong idea of people that have had to go through the long and sometimes horrible process of getting a divorce. Someone like you probably can't even sympathize with what I had to go through with my ex. I don't care to understand how you feel. I'm not some brainless loser that had problems with my life and family not revolving around me. I know what the job of a wife and mother is, and that is to support the husband and the house. I'm the exact opposite of you. You're just a worm in the mud trying to dig yourself away from all your problems and the things that you don't like. A worm. But now that your sister has married my son, she's now considered a part of my family. You'll never be able to change her with your vile way of thinking. I'd start thinking about finding someone else to start passing your sad and unfortunate views on to. Are you being real with me right now? Stop saying that crap to me. Of course I won't stop. I'm going to start teaching Hazel about how to become a real woman. One that sits below the man of the house and does everything for him. It's my destiny to teach her these things now, before she turns into a witch like you. I can't. Just so you're aware, when I'd first heard about your past, I was going to call this whole marriage off, but I thought instead of forcing her to be raised with you, I could save her and make sure that she becomes the wife that my son really deserves. So you should be thankful that I'm doing this for her. You wanted to say no to their marriage? She never did anything wrong, though. She didn't do anything, but just the thought of her having been around you makes me want to forget about any of you guys ever existing. I felt that maybe if I let this wedding happen, Hazel might toss my son out as well. Jimmy doesn't deserve that one bit. I tried many times to persuade him into leaving her, saying things about how difficult life would be if Hazel were to leave him like you did to your ex. But he was already taken away by his love for Hazel, and so I had to settle for making the choice to save Hazel from you. I am never going to make Hazel think it's okay to divorce Jim, unless there is a really good reason to. Well, she shouldn't be wanting to ever do that. Jim made sure to get hired into a really nice company where he'll make more than enough money to keep her happy. I told him that I'll forgive him for marrying her as long as he's able to keep her on a tight leash. You can stop telling me about all of this already. It seems like you're only trying to make me feel bad for the past that I have just because of a divorce. I guess I'm fine if you treat me this way, but stop trying to rope Hazel and Jim into this. Hazel will hopefully never have to think about the stuff I had to. Honestly, I'm surprised I haven't already deleted your number by now. The way you talk about me and her is something that I shouldn't be able to let go on. And what are you going to do to me if I continue? Oh, wait, I bet you'll try to force your sister to divorce my son so that you don't have to be around us anymore. You're just that kind of single-minded, selfish jerk that would make your little sister join you in becoming a divorced woman. Ugh. Sorry to say, but the wedding is over now, and your sister is now mine. Don't expect to ever see or hear anything from her again. But if you do try anything, just know that I have every right to make your little sister's life hell.
Then I guess I won't be living with you guys anymore.
What?
Jim and I were supposed to be living over there with you guys after the wedding, right? Because of that, I had all of my things moved over there as well, right? But now that I've listened to all you had to see, I'd like my stuff back. I would never be able to live with those that I can't trust.
Wait a sec. Huh? If by some chance, is this Hazel?
Yes, the Hazel that just married your son yesterday. So once Jim and I get back from our honeymoon, I'll be gathering all of my things and leaving your place.
What is going on?
I'm glad I was able to find out who the real Hannah was before I decided to live with her. I guess I could call this one a close call.
Wait. What is seriously going on here? Why the hell are you using Uri's phone right now?
Before I was able to head out to California with Jim yesterday, Uri came over to apologize for not making it to the wedding. We both wanted to say sorry to each other for the way we acted and to ask the question of why the invitation was messed up in the first place. I'm still a bit surprised that the criminal that changed the date on Uri's card turned out to be Jim's own mom.
Huh? Don't use the word criminal to describe me. I have thought of you as part of my family ever since you married my son yesterday.
I don't really care what you think of me, especially after you made my sister miss my wedding and called her all sorts of terrible names. What you did to her was a perfect example of harassment. Now because of that, I have to rethink how I'm going to go about living with Jim.
What? Why do you think it's okay to be so direct and cruel to me? I was the one that finally allowed the two of you to get married.
I don't think you should talk to me like this. As you're probably unaware, Jim is right here with me looking at all the texts you've sent thus far. And he's also really upset with you.
What? Jim is there with you right now.
Of course. What did you think a honeymoon was? Why wouldn't he be right here next to me?
That's...
Not only does Jim know about what you've said, but soon I think that he will tell his dad as well. So, because of how far downhill our whole relationship went, we're not in the right mindset to want to stay at your house with you.
You're my son's wife. Do you think saying things like this to his mom is such a good idea? I will never be able to forgive you for running away like this.
Why? You barely even liked me from the beginning. Saying that you never wanted Jim to marry me, so you tried to persuade him into giving me up, right? Shouldn't you be happy right now that you won't have to have a person that you hate as much as me living in the same house as you? Or perhaps you're getting angered by the fact that the person who'll be bringing in close to $1 million a year won't be around you.
Wait. What are you saying?
You thought that it was Jim that got that really nice job, didn't you? Well, he was just saying so that you wouldn't get mad at him for marrying someone making more than him. I was already feeling pretty distant from you to begin with, but now I feel that I only want to be further away from you. I think that both Jim and I agree on the fact that after we get our things, we will be leaving you. Someone who is both biased against those that have had a history with divorce and those that seem to want people around them to make a lot of money is not the kind of person I want to become close to. Jim is also saying the same thing right now. He says we should also wrap this up.
But just wait. Hazel!
For the time being, we don't want to talk to you. Not just me and Jim, though, but my single mother, Uri, as well. Please don't try and go out of your way to contact us either, okay? We're gonna stop replying now. Bye! Uri, I'm really sorry about today. After that, I went back to Jim's parents' place and we all had a bit of a discussion about what happened.
Was Hannah finally able to accept what happened?
Well, I think she had no other choice than that after both Jim and his dad blamed her for all the drama she stirred up. Also, after we arrived, Jim's sister Amy came back home. We were all able to tell everyone about how you not being able to make it to the wedding was because of what Hannah did to you.
What do you mean? They shouldn't be bothered about what happened to me anymore, right?
I told you about how I wanted your daughter to be the ring bearer, right? Well, apparently the truth really came out from Hannah, and she said the real reason she set you up was so that her granddaughter could be the ring girl instead. Obviously, I don't fully believe her, and I sort of ignored that whole excuse. But apparently that excuse didn't really save her from any harm either.
Really?
Amy also became very upset with her mother for using that as an excuse. Amy said that she can't use the excuse of wanting her own granddaughter to bear the ring as a way of getting out of her situation. She was wondering why from the start of the wedding, Hannah was dressing her daughter up in all those fancy clothes, and her being the new ring bearer was all part of her plan.
So, it doesn't even seem like Jim's family is pleased with what his mom did to me, no matter what excuses she tries to use.
Exactly. Everyone is pissed with her, and that was a great way to tell them that we really were going to change our plans and stay somewhere else.
Well, that's really great to hear. Congrats.
Also, I think I want to bring Hannah to your place one of these days to have her properly apologize for everything she did to you. What do you think? Would that be okay with you?
That's fine, and any time works for me. But I wonder if she'll actually mean what she says when she gets here. I couldn't imagine that she'll have changed that much since the last time you talked with her, right?
It'll all be fine. She said that she has changed her way of thinking. She even said to me that she wants to apologize to you.
Oh, really? Then I guess I'll be waiting for you guys to come here. Just make sure to let me know when you start making your way over here. Until then, I think the two of you should find another way to get back to California for your honeymoon. I will definitely not be going over there to apologize to you. It's all your fault that my Jim and Hazel don't want to live with me anymore. If anything, you should be the one to come over here to apologize to me. Huh? This is a little awkward. I was told that you'd learned your lesson and that you'd be coming over here to say sorry to me. I only said all of that because I was standing in front of all my family. Really, I'm still very pissed at what you did to me and by the fact that you're still a single divorced mother. But why do I have to be the one blamed for everything that you did? Everyone should be able to see that it is you that's the problem. I see. So all that crap you said about wanting to apologize and about it being your fault was all for show, huh? Did you actually think that I'd come to terms with someone like you having the history that you do being around my family? I can't believe that my own son even agrees with Hazel that I should go to your house to apologize. They were even saying that when they came back, they want to bring me with them to make sure that I say sorry the correct way. Yeah, that's what I was told. I'm looking forward to that day. Do they actually think I'm going to go to some divorced dog's house? I'm the one that's the victim. Ah, the victim card, huh? So while they're out on their honeymoon, I want you to come over here to apologize to me. I want both my husband and Amy to watch as you get on your knees and ask for forgiveness from me. Am I supposed to agree with doing that for you? Yes, because it's your fault that Jim and Hazel won't stay here anymore. You should be thankful that this is all I'm asking from you. But here you are still acting as though you did nothing wrong. Oh. This is the reason why I hate people that have gone through a divorce. They're all selfish and annoying to talk to. You're all just fine making others suffer due to the fact that you couldn't just suck it up and do your job in the first place. Especially you divorced women always complaining about it never being your fault. You're all the same and just have the most insufferable personalities. Then I suppose after this you'll have to reluctantly learn just how terrible it is to have to go through a divorce of your own. What? You say that us divorced people have such an awful personality, so I just thought that you'd fit in with us perfectly. I guess that's the whole reason for the soon-to-come divorce then, huh? I wonder what'll happen to your ugly thoughts the moment you have to go back to being single and alone. Wait, what do you mean by this? There's no way I'm going to be getting divorced, ever! I do a good job of both caring for my husband, as well as a fantastic job of caring for my family. I'm the most perfect wife there could possibly be. You're going to regret saying that soon. I just sent all of this conversation to both Jim and Hazel, as well as to your husband. What? This whole conversation? You just sent it to all of them? Yep. It looks like your husband is already typing a reply to what I sent. Ah, he just said that he's super embarrassed to be with someone like you, and that his heart is throbbing at the fact that he has to be around you. What? That looks like the start of a divorce to me. I guess that means we'll soon be on the same level, that of a divorced single woman. Everything in your life is going to become a little crazy at first, but it's nothing to get too worked up about. You'll at least be able to have a good solid excuse as to why you act like such a nasty person. Lies, all of it. Wait, I just got a message from Jim. He says that this was the last straw. He also says that if we get divorced, he's gonna only care for his dad and not me. Oh gosh. Not only are you gonna be left behind by your husband, but you'll also be losing any connection you had to Jim and Hazel. No! I just received a message from Amy as well. She just told me to never talk to her again and for me to stay away from her house for as long as she lives there. Wow, even Amy has had enough of your crap. It looks like you'll have nowhere to run to if you're kicked out of the house. That's not gonna happen to me. Why do I have to be the one that gets punished for all you've done? What did I ever do to deserve this? Perhaps it's because you tried to make me look like an idiot by changing the date on the invitation. And the fact that you've been tormenting me by saying so much crap about my divorce. This is exactly what you deserve, you old stupid hag. Huh? You chose the wrong person to mess with this time. So stop acting like a sore loser after your attacks all failed. You deserve to be left behind by all of your family for the way you've acted this week. And I hope that this divorce will teach you the lesson that you very much need. And by the way, this will soon be the end of your relation to me, right? I'm not sorry for what happens to you next, because it will be the only way for you to face your wrongs. Huh? What else is gonna happen to me? Right now, I'm teaching my daughter about how when you do something really bad, you need to apologize for it immediately. And this time, I told her about everything you said and did to me, and about how horrible I felt after. I told her about how you hurt my feelings by ruining the only chance I had of going to see my sister's wedding. So, I'm asking that you come over here at once to apologize to not only me, but my daughter as well, since she now needs to see what happens to those that hurt others. What? If you still feel like being the victim, then maybe it's time for me to teach her a very different lesson instead. I am a single mother after all, so I have to play the part of both the mom and dad here. So it's my job to not only teach my daughter, but also protect her from harmful people like you. Weren't you the one that took her chance of being the ring bearer for her aunt away from her? So I think it's time for you to come over here and become a good example of what you should do after causing trouble. Why do I shouldn't have to come to you. Until you decide to take responsibility for your actions, I'm going to continue to let your family know that you aren't going to change. So, now would be the best time to come say sorry, before you have to deal with your own family. The day after I tore Hannah a new one, she came over to my place to say sorry to both me and Macy for the way she treated us. Of course, I didn't tell her that I forgave her, because deep down I really did not feel any form of truth in her words. She even came at me saying that she came all the way here to say she was sorry. She then said for me to talk to everyone about stopping this talk of divorce and cutting ties with her. She even tried her best after she learned that I wasn't changing my mind to get her family to listen to her. But of course her husband said that she was history, and her daughter told her that she couldn't trust anything she said anymore. Amy even went as far as saying that Hannah would be a terrible example for her daughter, so that was that. A little while later, I heard that Hannah and her husband finally got divorced and that she was kicked out of the house very quickly. Hannah then tried to go live with her mom, who was going on 88 years old, but was also kicked out after she wouldn't stop talking to her about how we all threw her away. I don't really bother myself anymore with the thought of where she's at now, but I'm really hoping that she's learned her lesson. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.